The screen between us. How the most connected generation in history is losing its capacity for the one thing connection requires. Before, we showed that real empathy is not a reaction, it is a practice of full presence. But something in the way we live today is systematically pulling us away from that presence. This part names what that something is and what it is doing to our brains. When was the last time you had a real conversation? One where your phone was not within reach, where no notification was possible, where the only thing in the room was the other person. For most of us, that is now a rare experience, not because we care less about the people around us, but because we have built a world in which the default state of every human interaction is divided attention. The phone is always there. The screen is always available, and the science is increasingly clear about what this costs us. Neuroscientist Tanya Singer's research, expanded in a landmark 2023 study at the Max Planck Institute, confirmed something that changes how we understand empathy at a biological level. Empathy depends on mirror neurons, specialized brain cells that activate not only when we experience something ourselves, but when we observe another person experiencing it. When you watch someone's face collapse with grief, your mirror neurons fire in response. You do not just observe their pain. Part of your brain brief lives it. And this is where digital transformation enters the picture. These mirror neurons require the full richness of human presence to function at their highest capacity. Facial micro-expressions, the subtle shifts in voice that no audio compression captures fully, the physical proximity that signals safety to the nervous system. A screen reduces all of this. WhatsApp voice note eliminates most of it. A text message removes it entirely. In Morocco, this plays out in ways that are now completely normalized, which is exactly why they are worth naming. The family dinner, where 5 people sit together and 3 of them are in separate WhatsApp conversations, the couple who process their day through voices notes rather than face-to-face, the friend group that shares memes about struggles rather than speaking about them, the son who sends his mother a heart emoji instead of calling. Each of these is a small withdrawal from the empathy account of that relationship, individually negligible, cumulatively significant. Sherry Turkle, the MIT sociologist who has spent 30 years studying the intersection of technology and human connection, wrote in her most recent work something that has only become more urgent since we are tempted to think that our little devices are putting us in touch with the people that matter, but they are actually getting in the way. Connection, she argues, requires friction, the discomfort of presence, the risk of being truly seen, the vulnerability of a real conversation in real time. A 2024 meta-analysis in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, drawing on 42 studies across 12 countries, found a consistent pattern. Every additional hour of screen-mediated communication substitute for in-person interaction was associated with a measurable reduction in empathic accuracy, the ability to correctly and read another person's emotional state. We are not becoming indifferent. We are becoming neurologically less practiced at reading the human signals that empathy runs on. And the youngest generation, those who grew up with screen as their primary social environment, are showing this most clearly. Not because they are worse people, but because they have had fewer repetitions of the face-to-face practice that builds the empathy muscle. We have built the most sophisticated communication infrastructure in human history, and somehow in the process we have made it hard and harder to say the one thing that matters most. I see you. I am here. You are not alone. But the brain is not fixed. It if digital habits can erode the empathy circuits, deliberate practice can rebuild them. So the real question is not whether it is possible. It is whether we are willing to do what it actually takes. What does that look like?